Wow. We are in the room with some great journalists, all-time greats tonight. At this point, I will invite up my colleague, Glenn Cook, for our next inductee.
Thanks, John. It's my great pleasure to introduce Don Ham for his induction into the Nevada Newspaper Hall of Fame. Don Ham is in the Nevada Newspaper Hall of Fame because he loves journalism and because he's really, really obsessively picky. Don thinks his pickiness for style, spelling, and grammar rubbed off from his mother, who was a proofreader at a weekly advertiser in Los Angeles County, where he and his brother Ron grew up. Their mother taught them how to type on a standard typewriter. That's the kind that weren't electric. Electric ones were just coming on the market. There were no computers, so everything was hot type back then. So Don learned to be very careful and very precise. Those qualities served him well in a career that spanned more than 5 decades if you include his first job as co-sports editor of his high school newspaper. He and Ron could often be seen running up and down the football field, taking stats and getting color. From there, Don went to Cal Poly, the Lompoc Record, Bonita Publication Weeklies in Los Angeles and San Bernardino counties, and then the Inland Valley Daily Bulletin. The editor's job at the Nevada Appeal in Carson City brought Don to Nevada in 1984. He did it all. He wrote and edited stories, he laid out pages, he planned promotions and special sections, he oversaw the newspaper's conversion to color, and he wrote most of its editorials. It wasn't at all unusual during Nevada Appeal editorial board meetings to have Don sitting across from a candidate for office, and that was it, just the two of them. Don would grill those candidates, especially legislative candidates, for their positions on open meetings and public records. Don was, and remains, one of the state's biggest champions of transparency. He won numerous NTA and Don Ray Media Awards, writing editorials that demanded as much. In fact, some of the state Supreme Court decisions that he won, with the help of then NPA Executive Director Andy Engelman and the Nevada Attorney General's office, still bolster the open meeting law's strength today. One he's proud of: in a Douglas County Commission case, the Nevada Appeal reporter found out that a special committee formed by the commission submitted a report to the commission, but the county chose to keep that document secret. Sound familiar? The Attorney General heard the appeals request, challenged the practice as a violation of the open meeting law, and won, and now the law is very specific. Any body that reports to a public body is itself a public body and is subject to the open meeting law. From there, Don went to the Review Journal, where he quickly advanced from the copy desk to the city desk to the job of deputy city editor. Don had a hand in planning, assigning, and shaping nearly every major story in the Review Journal over 2 decades, even though most readers wouldn't recognize his name. Little do they know that Don's fingerprints are all over every crime, school, courts, government, transportation, and politics story they read. At times, he oversaw both the Review Journal's Carson City and Washington bureaus. His pickiness also made him the newspaper's style guru, helping compile and produce its local style guide and enabling the Review Journal to become the first newspaper in the United States to publish its guide online. Although Don is as calm and steady an editor as you'll ever meet, he was a newsroom warrior. He was aggressive and competitive in gathering the news. But Don always treated staff with courtesy and respect while demanding accuracy, thoroughness, and easy to understand writing. Don feels blessed to have a twin brother who also had a long career in journalism. He credits Ron with his growth in editing and newspaper leadership. You got a problem with the story? Call your brother. A problem with a source? Call your brother. A problem working such long hours? Hey, there's no problem there. Don credits his wife, Jeannie, for keeping him happy, healthy, and alive during his many years working long hours on the desk. She supported him in his career path all the way. Don now joins an incredibly distinguished list of Nevada editors who toil day and night behind the scenes to bring breaking news and in-depth coverage of the legislature, the courts, education, and other institutions to readers with context and knowledge that few could match. Congratulations, Don Ham, and welcome to the Nevada Newspaper Hall of Fame.
about all those years in journalism. And I hope it makes my wife and my brother feel good. I don't know. When I looked at, when I found out that I was being nominated for this award, is it now?
Better.
When I found out that I was going to get this recognition, I immediately started thinking about other people I knew who were also in the Hall of Fame. And I started adding them up, and I worked closely with at least 10 of them, north and south, and I knew 15 others. It's like I'm going to re-meet my peeps. These are people who helped build me as a journalist, and hopefully I helped build them as good journalists. It makes you feel really good inside. And I told myself, hey, you're 68, you're 69 years old, and these really are your people. There's so many good people I've worked with over the years. Here's the RJ and also the Nevada Appeal. I was at the Appeal for 8 years. And they're just special people in journalism in my life. And I'm really proud of them working with them. One is a guy, I don't know if you guys even remember who he was, Dave Osborne. He was the general manager of the Nevada Appeal. He's the guy that brought me to Nevada. And he kind of lured me here. Because I was under a little daily in Longport County, in northern Santa Barbara County. About the same circulation, but much smaller and not as influential in state politics, in elections, and in open government. He used such offerings as state legislature. Oh, Carson City is a legislature town. It's a political town. And that's true. Just about every aspect of that town is political. We have our kids in baseball and soccer. Some of the coaches were active either on city council or were legislators or were active in their political party. The town is just deep in politics. And what really did it for me was when he said, Don, I'll let you do your job. And I don't know how many of you guys have ever heard anybody tell you that. But I'll let you do your job. Which means he wasn't going to watch every little thing that I was doing. Anyway, went on a successful career at the Appeal. Circulation increased. We ended up writing editorials for just about every office and every election. The emphasis on local elections. He just taught me so much about management, about how you treat people, how you treat people fairly, and if you do, and honestly, they'll usually respond. Second in my northern experiences, oh, by the way, Dave ended up being, I think, Western Division Vice President Don Ray, and his office was down here. Sue Morrow, she was a long time city editor of the Nevada Appeal. When I got there, she taught me the politics of Nevada and of Carson City, and she just had so much information in her brain that I just tried to do as much as I could. We made a really, really good team. We changed the newspaper more local. We became more aggressive. We challenged local government bodies, open meeting law, and other press issues. And she still lives there in Carson City. In retirement, for fun or frustration, I don't know what, she would, after I left, she would take pages of the Nevada Appeal, and then she would take a red ink, and she would just find all these things, and she just loved doing that. I think she did that for 4 or 5 years. Extremely picky, guy picky, extremely picky, and just a really fine journalist, probably one of the most aggressive and high-quality city editors I ever worked with up at that time. And then, as Tim talked about Laura Myers, she was just amazing. She was easy to work with. She came up with stories that I would never have thought of. She wasn't in my pod all the time, but I edited a lot of her stories. We worked on stories together. And what was today, some people would say, would be really refreshing in today's climate when you don't always see fairness in a political story, especially from Washington. You don't see balance. And you see prejudice in a lot of cases. She knew politics backwards and forwards. She was a good teacher. She was a good listener. She was a great reporter. When I met her years earlier in Carson City, she visited the Appeal. And at that time, she was in Gannett's and the Reno Gazette Journal's up and coming reporter. And sure enough, that's what they got. She ended up with AP as a political editor in Washington, D.C., foreign correspondent in Northern Africa, and then she came to the Nevada Appeal, came to the RJ, and boy, were we lucky. But she was just an amazing writer. And then another guy who I worked with really off and on for 40 years, or 30 years, 31 years, was Ed Vogel. Sometimes he could be cantankerous. We had our arguments. When I went to work at the Appeal, the RJ and the Appeal had just opened the Capitol Bureau, which for almost, 20 years was just an exceptional creation. He was the Capitol Bureau chief. All these reporters and these editors I'm talking about, I call them phenoms. We have phenoms at RJ now and other parts of the state. These guys were the best at what they did. They were really good. And they listened as their editor, city editor. They listened to what I suggested. And they would write the story. They were fast, they were productive, and they found stories that no one else could. Ed Vogel was one of the kindest and the warmest person I've ever met in my life or worked with. And I was really sad to see him. Anyway, each of these Hall of Famers helped me make me a better newspaper editor. I mean, I can see they're just all through me. They're just all through me. And as a result, I think they are still, to this day, they continue to get me to try to be a better person. And even though I'm not in journalism anymore, I still really have a journalist at heart. And I really believe in the Bill of Rights and the First Amendment. I don't know any other way of living. And these are the people who help teach me that. Thank you very much.